Hello everyone. Auditors ask simple questions for a reason. And no, it is not because we didn't read the process document. Let's talk about that. If you have ever been in a meeting with auditors, you have probably heard questions like, why do you do it this way? What happens if this step is skipped? Who actually checks this? And you might be thinking, isn't it obvious? Here is the truth. Auditors don't ask simple questions because the process is simple. They ask them because assumptions are dangerous. In most organizations, processes evolve quietly. People change, systems change, workarounds appear, but documentation, it often stays the same. So when auditors ask, walk me through this step, they are not questioning your competence. They are checking alignment between what's written and what's actually happening. Because controls don't fail when people do things wrong. They fail when everyone assumes someone else is checking. Let me give you a real example. During an audit, we asked a very basic question. Who reviews this report? The answer was immediate: management. So we followed up with another very simple question. Which manager? And what do they look for? Silence. Not because people didn't care, but because no one had ever really thought about it. The review existed, but ownership didn't. That's why simple questions matter. They expose gaps without accusations. They reveal risk without drama. And here is something important. Simple questions are often the hardest ones to answer because they force clarity, and clarity makes assumptions visible. Auditors are trained to slow things down, to ask, why does this control exist? What risk is it preventing? And what happens if it fails? Not to embarrass anyone, but to make sure controls are real, not just ceremonial. A signature means nothing if no one knows why they are signing. A policy means nothing if no one follows it when pressure hits. So when auditors ask, what sounds like a stupid question, they are really asking, is this control alive or just documented? And here is the part many people don't realize. Auditors ask the same questions of themselves. Why are we testing this? What risks are we actually covering? Are we adding value or just ticking the boxes? Because good audit is not about showing how much you know. It is about making sure everyone understands the basics. That's where strong controls begin. So next time an auditor asks a simple question to you, don't rush to answer. Think, because if the answer isn't clear, the risk probably isn't either. And that's exactly why the question was asked. Thank you for watching.